All right, welcome back. Your Pratt Pack, hard at work, doing a number of things because we've got a lot of things happening this week. More on all of that in a moment. Hurricane Marie, that's right, now a hurricane, a Category 3 storm, is taking aim at Puerto Rico. It now has winds of 120 miles per hour. The president at the UN today saying the United Nations must take steps to protect whistleblowers. It's all about, according to the president, protecting UN officials who speak up about internal wrongdoings. U.S. troops were present when Russian warplanes bombed U.S.-backed anti-ISIS fighters. U.S. personnel at most just a couple of miles away, according to officials, and U.S. troops also provided medical care to members of the Syrian Democratic Forces that were wounded in the strike. Iranian President Hassan Rouhani said today that America would pay a high price if U.S. President Donald Trump makes good on his threats to scrap the Iran nuclear deal. In sports, something that's trending on the front page, timesonline.com, school boards at Lincoln Park and Western Beaver have reached an agreement for a cooperative football, baseball, and girls softball program. The proposal would have Lincoln Park student athletes in those sports playing for existing teams at Western Beaver. Now, if approved by the WPIAL and the PIAA, the WPIAL is expected to vote on the process sometime today. The football co-op could significantly change the landscape of football. This, according to the folks at the Beaver County Times, timesonline.com. When the WPIAL announces the new alignment for the next two seasons, Western Beaver could be bumped up from Class 1A to 2A. The PIAA bases its classifications on enrollment figures, so the next 2-year cycle for Lincoln Park / Western Beaver Co-op would include enrollment figures from both schools. If the co-op is approved, Western Beaver would likely play in the Midwestern Conference that currently includes 4 local teams: Freedom, New Brighton, Riverside, and Southside. The co-op would also likely move Western Beaver's baseball team from 1A to 2A and the Golden Beavers softball team from 1A to either 4A or 5A due to number of girls that are attending Lincoln Park. So we're going to talk more about that tomorrow night, and also high school football and Pitt Panthers football with Jim Equals at the Brighton Hot Dog Shop in Beaver. So we'll have more on that coming up tomorrow night. What else? The Steelers yesterday. Well, Sam Bradford was a scratch just prior to yesterday's kickoff, and Casey Keenum got the start. He was 20 of 37 for 167 yards with no touchdowns. Dalvin Cook, coming off that spectacular performance against New Orleans, was held to 64 yards in the Steelers' win. 26-9 yesterday, and Big Ben, he was 23 of 35, 243 yards and 2 scores. Martavius Bryant making his presence back in the lineup matter, 3 catches for 91 yards and a touchdown. Le'Veon Bell getting back into form, 27 carries, 87 yards. Steelers linebacker, their core, I believe, one of the best in the NFL, a lot of depth. Vince Williams getting in there yesterday with a sack. Steelers face Chicago on the road Sunday at 1 o'clock, and don't forget, we talk about it all on the Coons Market Black and Gold Sunday show at 11, and we walk the line with Ted Arnaud in the noon hour. Sunday Night Football in America, NBC, Matt Ryan threw for 252 yards and a touchdown. Falcons christening their new stadium, Mercedes-Benz Stadium. Big ribbon-cutting ceremony last night. They get a win over Aaron Rodgers in Green Bay, 34-23. Now, tonight, after Medical Frontiers, it is Westwood One Radio and Monday Night Football. The Giants opening their home schedule for the 2017 season. They'll be playing host to Detroit. New York will also celebrate the 10th anniversary of their Super Bowl win during halftime. That's all coming up tonight, right after the Allegheny Health Network program, Medical Frontiers, Westwood One Radio, Monday Night Football, Giants Lions, News Radio 1020 KDKA. Bucks lost 5-2 to the Reds in Cincinnati. They're back at PNC Park tonight to face the Brewers. Jamison Tyon will get the start. You can hear it at 7:05, 93.7 The Fan. By the way, the Brewers just 4 back in the division behind Chicago. PGA BMW Championship, Mark Leishman finished with a final round of 68 and won by 5 strokes over Justin Rose and Ricky Fowler. The Allegheny Health Network program tonight with Dr. Gerald Pfeiffer. Their topic of conversation is infertility. And speaking of those great folks at that Highmark Healthcare Company, I want to make you aware of this. The Allegheny Health Network is going to be holding a Catch for Cancer this Saturday at PNC Park. They are hoping for 2,000 baseball fans to break the Guinness Book of World Records for the longest game of catch ever. The idea is to bring attention to the need to catch prostate cancer early. Ladies and gentlemen, until we talk to you later tonight from CBS Radio, News Radio 1020 KDKA, with the good doctor, Dr. Gerald Pye from the Allegheny Health Network program, Medical Frontiers. Have a great afternoon.